Good morning, everyone. John here. Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. Later this morning, I'm going to be doing a important interview, and we'll have it up tomorrow. So I know you guys are here every day, but certainly get ready for tomorrow's big interview. But for today, we've got some big thinking also. Let's get to it. Oh man, I don't know if you remember Monday Night Football back in the 90s. Had Hank Williams Jr. doing the intro. Are you ready for some football? Are you ready for some civil war? Are you ready for partisan war? Today's subject, I'm going to be as I want to be blunt with you guys. I want to be straight with you guys. I want to tell you what's on my mind. We are dealing with stupid people in this country. I'm trying not to rant, right? Too early in the morning, but I'm trying not to rant. But that's really what this deserves. The partisan war is heating up. We have an election next year. I mean, the election is still 15 months away. 15 months away. That's well over a year. But the rancor has started. It's not just over the election, it's just over partisanship, period. The left, the lunatic left, the progressive socialist communist left of the Democrat Party has lost its mind. It has left rational, intelligent thinking behind. And I don't think anyone can argue with this. I think it is indisputable. Now, from their perspective, they've got it all together. But the one example I'm going to bring up is when you and I talk about freedom, we use the word freedom and then we use typical concepts to describe it. Liberty, being left alone, politically lower taxation, constitutional construction, and administration of government. To the left, freedom means free from inequality of income, social status, etc. Their freedom means that everyone's equally miserable. So anyways, that's what the left is. And I want to start with a very brief little story about some kids that wore Make America Great hats. They wore Make America Great hats. And guess what? They got their yearbooks. And guess what was happened? They were blurred out. The MAGA was blurred out. Make America Great Again, blurred. Who would have done that? Why would they have done that? Right? The left makes political statements all the time. In fact, schools are a political statement. And I'm talking about high school, grade school. In high school, kids can decide they're a dog. Literally. Wear ears and a tail, bark and growl. And I'm not kidding you. I am not exaggerating. Not in the least. They have dog groups, dog gangs, packs of dogs. These are human beings acting like dogs. In school, you can have a boy's genitals and call yourself a girl and go into a girl's bathroom. Go into a girl's locker room. Same with the girls. They can do it. They've got a vagina. It doesn't matter. They're calling themselves boys. Schools are politics. Right? With the exception of very conservative schools, this is the type of crap that goes on. So kids wear Make America Great hats. I'm sure they're going to a more conservative school. So who would have blurred it out? Probably the yearbook company. I'm sure someone went through and proofed it and saw that and said, we're going to blur that. Right? It's just incredible to me. You cannot be freedom-minded. You cannot be conservative, strict constructionist, constitutionalist, real liberty, real freedom-loving human being in this country anymore. Right? Them's fighting words to the left. Right? Now, but what does America want? Right? What way do we really want to go? We Americans, regular people, Well, I've got another story. Some college professors did a poll. They polled minorities, and they discovered that since Trump has been elected, now they feel like there's less racism. They feel like things are better. These are minorities polled. And since I'm not a minority, since I'm a white, European descended male, over 6 foot tall, age 49, I fit into the worst and most hated demographic in America. Right? But they polled minorities, Hispanics, blacks, whatever, and they said no, racism is down. So what does that tell you about some of the realities in this country? There's less racism, while the Democrats attack Trump and attack guys like me and attack people like you and say we're the biggest racists. We're xenophobes. We're homophobes. We're everything phobes. That's what a xenophobe is, afraid of everything. These people are out to get us and attack us and come after us. Yet, minorities feel like there's less racism, by and large. Now, this story is going to go under the wire. It's going to go, the radar's not going to pick it up on the mainstream news. But what does that tell you? To me, just these two stories I talked about, there is an agenda here. There is an agenda from the far left, right? And every area of control they have, the talk radio, internet, broadcast media, satellite TV, and even yearbook media, they are going to blur, crop, cut out, block, eliminate, edit, censor, and in all other ways, take any reference to conservative thought out. Out. It's not allowed. Right? It's just not, it's not allowed. It's not, gee, many crickets. It's crazy. Right? But the left has their agenda. Their stuff is out. It's in our faces. They are not censored. In fact, the more gay or minority or victimized group, whatever you belong to, you'll get more play. Now, I want to round out this conversation. This video is short because I've got to get ready for this interview coming up here. I got some preparation to do. You guys are going to dig it. You're going to dig it. Anyways, everyone knows that Mueller came out, and essentially, he's got nothing. He's got no criminal referral. He's got nothing. But the Democrats in Congress, that would be the House and the Senate, are going ape shit. They want to impeach Trump on no charges. He's done nothing wrong. Yet, Congress people, how about Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? These people all appear to have serious cerebral damage. I'm talking low IQ here. Like they got hit in the head or dropped by their mother too many times. They are all saying that they have a responsibility to impeach Trump. That serious crimes have been committed. That criminal behavior can't go unpunished. And the very first thing that I say, and I wonder if you thought it too, they say criminal behavior, this sort of thing, cannot go unpunished. Very first thing I think is, well, Hillary committed a crime. James Comey admitted she committed a crime, and they decided not to press charges. Trump is not pressing charges. The Trump administration isn't pressing charges. But the Democrats don't call for Hillary to go to jail. They call for Trump to be impeached. They want an impeachment trial. Now, they don't have the Senate, but they do have the House of Representatives. These people are batshit crazy. Now, Pelosi and Schumer, they put a bunch of rhetoric to keep their constituents happy, right? They're the Democrat leaders of the House and the Senate. Pelosi is the Speaker of the House, third in line to the presidency. We better hope that Trump and Pence don't step off a cliff and die. Can you imagine? I cannot imagine that screwy broad, as president of the United States. It's unfathomable. It's unconscionable that she's the Speaker of the House. But be that as it may, it expresses, or that is the physical manifestation of the Democrat expression of intelligence. Can you believe it? That's what we're going up against. That is why there is going to be blows. There is going to be violence in this country, because that is the best the left has, the most intelligent they have. I mean, can you believe that? I cannot believe the perspective from which they must come from in order to come to the conclusions and make decisions and take actions that these people have. It is like they are from planet Idiocracy. And I strongly feel that way. I mean, Pelosi and Schumer didn't call for impeachment, but everyone else is. Everyone else that is of name that I named there. They think it's their duty, that it is their job to impeach based on nothing. You see, the election's coming up, and they need their constituents riled up. Right? Maybe Schumer and Pelosi aren't calling for impeachment because they don't want to rile up the Republican base. But it's too late. The riling has happened. You got red ants, you got black ants. You're going to put them in a pit together and they're going to fight. It's going to come to blows. I can't see how it isn't. Half this country, including my half, is still under a rainstorm cloud. It's like, we're getting close to summer solstice, which is in 3 weeks. That means the longest day of the year. That means summer starting. Yet we still have rain. And I got a call from a friend who traveled from Idaho back to Iowa and said, man, my property is underwater. Thank you, Michael, for that report. Yeah, my property is drenched. My property's underwater. Wow. And it's not even hot yet in this country, in other words. When it gets hotter, tempers get shorter. When it gets hotter, right, people act out. They stay out later at night. They cause more trouble. And who is causing trouble? That's right. These people who say a Make America Great hat needs to be censored, removed, blurred, interfered with. Other people's free expression and free speech cannot be allowed. It's going to get there. And this is just kind of this is my spring warning. Racism is actually down. So where is this political hatred coming from? It's not coming from the right, because minorities don't feel like they're being treated with racial bias and prejudice. So who is fomenting this belief that racism exists? Right? The far left, the socialists and communists. Who is pushing for partisan divide? The far left, right? The socialists and communists. Who is trying to destroy America, our Constitution, our traditions, our cultures? Who? It is the far socialist left. And what is the result of all of the pressure they're putting on their people? It is causing social division, political division. They're pointing out economic and racial division. They want a fight. That is shit hitting the fan. The economy is taking a dump right now, as we speak. It is running for the bathroom. It is heading for the toilet, right? Because it needs to go down. It's going down. And these people are going to have that to point to and blame Trump, while Trump blames the Federal Reserve. Right? Everyone's going to point fingers everywhere else, but the pressure and the tension is going to be on the people, because they are the ones who are broke. They're the ones who are losing their ass. They're the ones who have lost their culture. The standard conservative American, I love America, apple pie, baseball, us, me, you, our country is being destroyed by people who want to transplant it. They want to import scum from around the world and all of their shitty, failed cultures and bring them here, have them not assimilate because they are non-assimilation illegal immigrants, and they want to have socialism forced down our throat, is the best way I can put it, because there is no provision in the Constitution for government to have the authority that the socialists want. That is shit hitting the fan, folks. It is the destruction of our country, which destroys the economy, which destroys the monetary system, which allows for greed, avarice, unethical behavior on top of just criminal behavior, and it leads to ruination and chaos. Shit hitting the fan. You need food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. You need a plan. It is that 10 miles around you. It is the 10 miles around me that is going to matter the most when shit hits the fan. That's what's going to matter the most. And these people are pushing us. Push, push, push. Both sides. You know, that's why I brought up racism in this college study. Racism is one of the big keys, one of the big buttons that the Democrats push. And it's better. I'm not saying the world's perfect, right? I'm not saying that people on both sides aren't pushing at each other, but they're saying there's less racism. That tells me that there's an attitude change, or at least a willingness on both sides. Yet we have a political party that is just coming after us wholesale. And they're merchants of hatred in the media, right? Even in the print, school yearbook media, they are so dogmatic, so principled in their hatred of freedom, right? Make America great again. What is wrong with that other than it's associated with Trump, who is one of the most hated and vilified men of all time now? One of the most hated and vilified of men of all time. Who is more hated? Who is more vilified? Well, Mao Tse-tung, Pol Pot, Stalin, Lenin, Hitler, of course. But those are socialists. Those are socialists. They actually have killed millions and tens of millions and combined over 100 million, maybe 200 million people killed by socialists and the socialist concept and belief system, which is totalitarian, authoritarian power in the state. You need to have self-defense, because if those lunatics take control in 15 months, you can bet your ass, right, that it's going to get a lot worse, and it's not going to get any better, right? What a country. What a world. Get prepared. Chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for this interview that's coming up. It's going to be fantastic. The guest, right? Knock your socks off. If he doesn't show up, facepalm if he doesn't show up, but he should. Anyways, great guy. I can't wait to get to that. I need to get prepared for that. You guys, be cool. Keep an eye out there. Chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours, right? Semper Fi. Bye-bye.